was built on the same spot where the slave market was. Before the church had been built, it was an open area which was surrounded by a small house on top. But the high out of this church is standing where the whipping post was. There was a tree there which was used to tie up the slaves and whip them one by one, to test to find out who the strong slaves, who's the weak ones. Many of the slaves died over there. So they put a reddish tiles to the altar there, which is symbolized the blood of the slaves. So it means that even the women were beaten there. So when they took slaves from the slave chambers to the whipping post, and the slaves did not become strong enough, they take them back to the chambers and waiting for another auction. The auction here was twice a week. We've got that cross there, the wooden one. That is a memory of Dr. David Livingstone. Dr. David Livingstone is one of the explorers who campaigned a lot about slavery here, because in 1857, Dr. David Livingstone, he made a special speeches in England about the suffering of the slave trade in East and Central Africa. So as a result of the speech, the missionaries from England came down here in 1864 and they closed the slave market 6 June 1873, but it was bad luck. However, Dr. David Livingstone, he campaigned a lot about slavery here, but he didn't see how the market was closed, because he died a month before they closed the market. And he died in one village called Chitambo. Chitambo is in Zambia. But before Dr. David Livingstone died, he said that when I died, my heart must be buried in Africa. So once he died, Susie and Chuma used to be his friends. They took his heart out, buried under the tree. Then they mummified his body, then they took the body back to England. So the place where they buried his heart in Chitambo, Zambia, under the tree there, they cut the branch of the tree, then they made a cross. And the cross was given to this church as his memory in 1901. So the cross you see there, it is coming from the tree where his heart was buried. And you know how the slave market being closed in Zanzibar is? There was a conflict between the Sultan of Zanzibar and the one tribe of the Arabs who used to live in Mombasa in Kenya. They were called the Manzurui tribes. Manzurui tribes are very powerful and they want to conquer Zanzibar. Sultan of Zanzibar don't have enough power to defend. So the English, they talked to the Sultan that if we will close the slave market, we will protect you. So Sultan agreed, and he closed the slave market. Then it became to be protected by the English. But then Sultan is going against. He opened another market separately in one place we call the Mangapwani, which is north of the Zanzibar island.
That's where I was staying.
Yeah.
Mangapwani.
Mangapwani. There is a caves there.
Yes,
so
I went
used
there.
To hidden the slaves under there till to 1907.
Yes.
So you can see that willing the Sultan, you don't want to close the slave market here.
Right.
But because of the pressure of the Manzurui tribes, that's why he closed the market here.
Mm-hmm.
The church you see has still been used. People are coming here for service every Sunday. However, Christian in Zanzibar, we are very few. We are about 4% in different denominations. But we appreciate God that all the 6 you see here become full of people every Sunday. So down here is busy. And this is an Anglican high church. You know, we've got Anglican high church and low church. This is an Anglican high church which is very similar to Catholic churches. When I'm talking about high and low church, I'm talking about modern churches and old-fashioned churches. This is one of the old-fashioned churches.
Yeah.
We can walk around the church now.